Every successful company in Vietnam relies on one essential but often overlooked document, its internal labor rules, known as ILRs. These rules form the backbone of every employer's legal authority to manage, supervise, and discipline employees. Yet, many foreign invested companies either forget to register their ILRs or assume that global handbooks are sufficient. They are not. Under Vietnam's labor code, any enterprise with 10 or more employees must issue and register ILRs with the Department of Home Affairs. Without registration, even a well-written HR policy has no legal effect. The result: employers lose their right to discipline or dismiss staff for violations, leaving management powerless in the face of misconduct. Internal labor rules define how employees and employers interact within the workplace. They set out working hours, overtime, conduct standards, disciplinary procedures, confidentiality obligations, and protection against harassment or discrimination. In Vietnam, ILRs are not just internal guidance, they are legally binding instruments. They allow employers to maintain order, fairness, and transparency while complying with statutory requirements. Properly registered ILRs provide a legal shield in disputes, proving that disciplinary actions or terminations are grounded in law, not personal judgment. For foreign employers, ILRs translate global corporate policies into a Vietnam legal framework, aligning global governance with local compliance. The Labor Code and its implementing regulations require every company with 10 or more employees to register ILRs within 10 working days from the date of issuance. The registration is done with the Provincial Department of Home Affairs. The process requires submission of the ILRs in Vietnamese, minutes of consultation with employee representatives, and an application form. Once approved, the ILRs become enforceable, and the employer can legally apply disciplinary measures. If unregistered, disciplinary actions, even if justified, can be declared unlawful. That means reinstatement orders, compensation, and administrative fines. Many companies fail registration not because they ignore the law, but because they misunderstand the details. Common errors include using English-only ILRs, copying policies from parent companies, or omitting mandatory clauses such as working time, conduct standards, and disciplinary steps. Some forget to consult employee representatives, a procedural step that is mandatory before registration. Others delay updating ILRs after major corporate changes, such as mergers or expansion. Even minor translation inconsistencies between English and Vietnamese versions can cause rejection. LTS law often sees FDI employers rely on internal HR templates that look professional but lack legal enforceability in Vietnam's labor system. The registration process in Vietnam is straightforward if done correctly. First, the company drafts ILRs in Vietnamese, optionally with an English version for internal use. Second, it consults employee representatives or, if none exist, obtains confirmation of employee feedback. Third, it submits the ILRs and supporting documents to the Department of Home Affairs. Within 7 working days of receiving a complete application, the authorities will review and approve the ILRs or request amendments. Once approved, the company must publish the ILRs internally and ensure all employees acknowledge them. LTS law assists clients through each step, from drafting bilingual ILRs that reflect global policies to handling submission and follow-up with the authorities. Registered ILRs provide 3 essential benefits. First, legal enforceability, allowing employers to impose discipline, suspend employees, or terminate for misconduct lawfully. Second, risk prevention, protecting companies from wrongful termination claims, especially when disputes reach mediation or court. Third, corporate stability, ensuring that HR management remains consistent and compliant, even as the business grows. In addition, registered ILRs demonstrate good corporate citizenship, a factor that labor inspectors and investors highly value. For FDI companies, they are proof that global operations respect Vietnamese labor law, a key element in compliance audits and due diligence. A Korean manufacturing company in Dong Nai once faced a serious misconduct issue involving theft of company property. The HR team followed proper disciplinary steps, but, thanks to their registered ILRs, every action had a legal basis. The employee appealed to the labor authority, but the case was dismissed because the company's ILRs clearly defined the violation, the penalty, and the procedure. The entire process took 2 weeks, with no penalty or compensation. The same case, without registered ILRs, could have resulted in reinstatement and double salary compensation. Proper documentation prevented a costly dispute. Vietnamese labor authorities are moving toward digital ILR registration and online compliance tracking. Companies will soon be able to file and update ILRs electronically, but this also means tighter scrutiny of clauses related to harassment prevention, data protection, and workplace safety. Employers must now integrate employee privacy clauses under the regulations on personal data protection and clearly define policies against discrimination and violence. Updating ILRs annually is no longer optional, it is an expectation. LTS law continuously monitors these changes and helps employers adapt quickly to maintain compliance. LTS law provides end-to-end support in drafting, translating, and registering internal labor rules. Our bilingual team of employment lawyers ensures your ILRs comply with Vietnamese law while reflecting your company culture and global standards. We handle all procedural steps, represent you in consultations, and liaise with the Department of Home Affairs until approval is granted. We also train HR managers to implement ILRs effectively, ensuring that policies are not only legal on paper but functional in practice. Whether you are establishing a new entity or updating existing rules, LTS Law's compliance framework keeps your company protected and inspection ready. In Vietnam, internal labor rules are more than a formality, they are your company's legal foundation. Without them, you cannot enforce discipline, protect your management rights, or defend yourself in disputes. With them, you operate confidently, transparently, and lawfully. If your company employs more than 10 people and has not yet registered its ILRs or last updated, now is the time to act. Contact LTS Law today to draft, register, and implement your internal labor rules. Stay compliant, stay protected, and build your business on a foundation that meets every legal requirement in Vietnam.